All right, before we get up out of here, we're going to do speed round preview predictions for Elimination Chamber and TNA No Surrender. No Surrender is going to go down this Friday. I'm going to watch both. Highlight will watch just No Surrender. So
yeah. Well, I'll watch Elimination Chamber.
No, Elimination Chamber is Saturday. I'm talking about like SmackDown.
Oh, for Friday. Okay. Friday. They're at the same time, right?
8:00.
All right. I'll probably watch No Surrender because we know SmackDown was taped anyway, so it's, you know how that goes.
I'm talking about, I'm gonna literally do basically my thoughts.
Okay.
While SmackDown's going on, but I'm gonna still watch both.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead and start off with the Undisputed Tag Team Championship match. The Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Damian Priest versus Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate for the tag team titles. Who you got?
I just want to say that it's funny how there's been no build up to this, by the way. I'm assuming on this tape SmackDown they confront each other.
Probably.
But
I mean, the build to it was basically them becoming number one contenders, and that's about it. And they had a brief exchange with Dom and Dominic last week, and they're going to have Dom versus Dom and Big Ass Head JD versus Pete and Tyler, and that's probably going to be their first encounter.
The warm ups. Give me obviously Judgment Day to retain.
Okay, so yeah, I'll go that route too. I see Judgment. It'll be a great match, but I definitely see Judgment Day retaining. Next up, we have, well, this ain't even a match, but the Grayson Waller effect.
Again?
With Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins.
They just want this dude to basically be in his home state.
Home country?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Nobody's getting traded this time, I can tell you that much. Oh, boy. All right. Well, what can we predict about it? A celebrity coming and beating him up? That's all I can really say. That's what happened the last time he did a Grayson Waller effect at a doggone overseas show.
This is true. Shit. Damn.
He gets curb stomped.
Yeah, probably. So,
that's all I can tell you.
Yeah. MFB said the Rock showing up. The Rock is not going.
Yeah, no, he ain't gonna be it. No,
he'll probably send somebody on his behalf. Like they tried to on Raw, they tried to say Roman Reigns gave Grayson Waller instructions on what to say during the Grayson Waller effect. So if they don't do anything on SmackDown to hint that they're going to be on the Elimination Chamber, he ain't showing up.
Like at all.
This will probably be some type of thing where Grayson Waller try to attack them, and they'll probably get booed though because Grayson Waller is from Australia. But Grayson is so good at making crowds hate him, they'll still cheer him.
Yeah, of course.
So there's that. Next up, we have the first of 2 Elimination Chamber matches for the women. We have Becky Lynch versus Naomi versus Bianca Belair versus Tiffany Stratton versus Raquel Rodriguez versus Liv Morgan, where the winner become the number 1 contender for the Women's World Championship. I'm gonna go ahead and just say I'm Becky Lynch.
Yep, Becky Lynch. Unfortunately,
like you said, you had a gripe with this. Like, what's your thoughts on this?
It's just I look at it this way, right? Like, because of how predictable and obvious this outcome is, you might as well have had the opposite of every qualification match turn out. Mia Yim should have beaten Bianca. Zelina should have beaten Tiffany Stratton. Because it's like all these women are going to take L's anyway. So you might as well have had the women that they fought beat them to all lose to Becky if that was the case. But I get it. This makes Becky look, I guess, a little stronger because of the competition side of things. But it just, they've made it too obvious, right? And like, again, Liv just got back. She hasn't had many matches since just getting back. Raquel also just got back. So it's like, okay, well, you get back, win a battle royal, and then now you got to lose. Okay.
A last chance battle royal where she didn't even compete in the initial
Exactly.
qualifying match. So how is it a last chance? This is our first chance.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Naomi, again, just got back, bro. You gave her new music, gave her an entrance, like only had that one match, hasn't even had a real promo yet to signify some things. You know what I'm saying? Like tell her mission statement that she was kind of telling before getting interrupted by the quick little promos and entrance, promo and entrance, right? Uh, I can understand Bianca. She's the only one I can see that could kind of take a loss because she's in that desperate mode of, look, I got to get to WrestleMania because I got a streak to protect. So her losing doesn't come off bad because in this role, she'll find her way to WrestleMania still. It just won't be in the way she normally expects. And then there's Tiffany, the new kid on the block. Why would she lose this quickly if you're building her up? She just literally Bianca literally called her out on that. Like, you ain't even been here a full 2 weeks yet. You barely go here. So it's like, that's my gripe, man. It's just like too many quote unquote strong people that unfortunately have to take a loss for this person in the middle to go for a Mania spot that she technically doesn't even really need, to be honest.
Sure.
But I mean, I get it, man. Do what you got to do. Y'all want this match so bad. Becky and Rhea. Let's just have them face so Rhea can beat her and we can move on.
Next up for the men, we have Randy Orton versus Drew McIntyre versus United States Champion Logan Paul versus L.A. Knight. Yeah. Versus Bobby Lashley, the almighty Bobby Lashley versus Kevin Owens, where the winner becomes the number one contender for Raw's World Heavyweight Championship. I'm going to go ahead and just say, I'm not going to lie to you. This one will be tough. The only one that will, in my opinion, make a little sense would be Drew.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, you kind of got me second guessing because you said Randy Orton hasn't been pinned. I can see it being the final two.
Mm-hmm. They did do that face off where it was like, oh, so we're gonna do this again. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, and momentum wise, Drew has the momentum because of his hater of the year antics.
Mm-hmm.
Yet, and Randy's kind of cooled off because they haven't done much with Randy since it's like that fatal 4-way kind of hurt him, even though he didn't lose it, he didn't win it, but he didn't get pinned. And Randy's kind of just been there right now. I don't know what they're trying, because like the Rock stuff has now overshadowed the fact that Randy is back, which also was overshadowed by CM Punk, by the way. So it's like, hey guys, it's Randy. That's still Randy. You know what I'm saying? So like, right. You can't count the guy out, but it's almost like you have to say, out of these, what would you rather see? You don't want to see Logan Paul for Seth for the title. You saw that last year, and you don't want a title involved for it. LA Knight's an interesting case, but because of Logan being in the match and the projection of these two going at it at Mania, it almost cancels each other out. Bobby, we don't know what the heck they're doing with Bobby. We still don't even know this man's stable's name. So, in Bobby's case, I see some screw job coming with this doggone faction called the Final Testament, I guess, in some voodoo-like way.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Owens is also intriguing because, yeah, he kind of sort of has unfinished business with Logan Paul, but also could sneak and win a little something. I wouldn't mind him and Seth running it back out of Mania, but does it make sense right now? Kind of hard to tell. He doesn't really have major plans, so it's possible. So really it comes down to Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and Drew McIntyre. And it still just seems stronger on Drew, so I guess I'm going to go Drew.
Okay, so you're going to go with Drew. you made a valid point. Like like a lot of these people are going to eventually lose. So, but if I'm going based off of what the story that they're telling, I see it Drew stealing it. So I'm happy.
Okay.
Like they're going. He's because he's basically going to become a hypocrite. Like he complained about the Usos getting involved and screw him out of the title, but then on Monday, the Solo and Jimmy got involved and he took the win.
Mm.
So I see them playing that into this factor with Drew cheating to win.
I like
So
that.
that's my prediction for that.
Okay, I'm with it.
And last but certainly not least, which will likely be the main event, Rhea Ripley defending the Women's World Championship against Nia Jax.
A
I'm gonna go
woman's
with Rhea.
name?
I'm gonna let you explain a little bit before we give our prediction. I see them. This is an obvious outcome, but I see them giving because I'm gonna play devil's advocate, but I feel like Nia has been cooking since returning to WWE. This may be controversial to some. I genuinely don't care, but in my opinion, she's improved massively since her first run. It's because they've mastered hiding her flaws. But after it's like if we go by the old cliche of like the Raw go home, she not winning that title if she stood tall.
Okay, that's fair.
Well, what you get? So I'm gonna go ahead and pick my pick is going to be Rhea Ripley to retain regardless. Because they not finna go all the way out of their way to tease Becky versus Rhea at WrestleMania kickoff just to have her lose the title at Elimination Chamber in her home country. It'll be a decent match, but I still have Rhea winning. What about you?
They're going to tease this heavily. They're going to try so hard to throw us off. Like how we talked about, it's obvious Becky wins that chamber. I feel like they may try to throw us off in that too, but they're really going to try to throw us off here because the way, as you mentioned, how they booked Nia, they're going to make it where she's probably dominating the majority of this match, being that she's going to be the heel. So she's going to do that heel work. And they may have some close falls where Nia's like almost within a hair of winning. But yeah, Rhea pulls it off, gets that mega pop when she gets that rib tied up on Nia and gets that grandiose moment in front of her hometown fans.
Oh yeah, she'll be a god with that crowd as soon as her theme music hit. As soon as you hear that, this is my brutality. It's a wrap.
And it should be like super emotional, trying to hide it, but you'll see it. And yeah, that's just gonna be that moment, man. So no doubt, bro. Yeah, mommy for the win, and off to Mania we go.
Oh, for sure. So we both got Rhea retaining the title. For those of you who plan on watching it live, you can do so. I've actually got a screen grab of when it goes live. For the Australian Western Standard Time, 6 p.m., Eastern Standard Time, 5 a.m., Central Standard Time, 4 a.m., Mountain Standard Time, 3 a.m., Pacific Standard Time, 2 a.m., and Hawaiian Standard Time,
See,
midnight.
I wish I lived in Hawaii for that moment.
I can do midnight.
I can do midnight. I can do 2 a.m. in Pacific time. Shout out to my people on the West Coast. That I can do. Sure, I might get tired around 3, 4, 5 a.m., but I can do it. But 5 a.m. for us really sucks. It really sucks.
And
That sucks.
ass.
Jesus Christ. Oh man. Oh.
And I love it when they be like, you you see how us international fans feel. You see how we feel every single day. Here is my thoughts on what you have to say to us.
Shut up, bitch.
Bitch, I will fuck you up.
Couldn't have picked a more perfect clip given what we talked about earlier. So that was A1, my brother. Bravo.
Shut up, bitch. Like, damn. 5 a.m.
5, dog.
I'll probably see it because I'm gonna be up, but man,
I'm gonna have to make sure I go to bed stupid early if I'm gonna get up to watch that, y'all. Like
luckily for you guys, when we do our post show, it'll be at a decent time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that way it gives us time to process everything that we watched. So it'll still be Saturday. So we'll still do a post show talking about Elimination Chamber and No Surrender, but it will be at a later time. So and No Surrender will be more so highlights because it went down that Friday, but Elimination Chamber definitely will get our thoughts on Saturdays.
When the club go around here, I'm a cactus. Bang, bang, gang, I don't owe you jack. When I'm in the ring, it's just me and my best friends. OC cutting no slack. Hollywood Miz, you can put me on the A-list. Gresh Unleashed, better put it on your playlist. Me and my fam be ballin' like the Bruce. Fight night, baby, hard hitting like Sheamus. Family first, yes, bloodline business. Winning all the gold, look at how they witness.